Good Thursday. It is July 20th. Is it July 20th? 21st. No, it's July 21st. Wow, things are flying along. Hi, it's Todd Moyer in the marketing department. Hope everybody is doing well. Today is the Listing Rewards program, which is our unique and exclusive distinctive point of difference when it comes to property marketing. Bar none, nobody in the marketplace is able to deliver what we have to offer at Coldwell Banker, which of course you have to offer your clients, your sellers. Nobody in the marketplace can deliver the amount of tools, resources, and the overall system of listing rewards quite like Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage right here in Colorado. It's a huge investment that we've made on our behalf, or actually on your behalf. It is a tremendous financial investment, a resource investment, a commitment that we have put forth that is our sure stay in the marketplace that nobody, when it comes to property marketing, as you'll see here, can even come close to offering what we do when it comes to, again, property marketing. So we're super proud of it. We do know there have been some bumps in the road, obviously, and I'll be right up front about it, in the fact that the system that we have been using for 4 years, which we called Blue, to be fully transparent, the principal owners of the system, not to get into it, but they, I guess, got in some kind of battle behind the scenes, and they basically pulled the plug, and they the Blue system that used to power our Listing Rewards program basically died. So it was not intentional on our part. We didn't know it was coming. We didn't know anything about it. And it was completely on them, to which it basically left us a bit high and dry. And Tina and John and others involved did a remarkable job of quickly rebuilding the program to the best of its ability in a short period of time. And as a result, there was not any time for us to test the system. So there's been questions about the new system and how it works compared to Blue. There's been questions about, well, didn't you guys test it? And the answer is no. We didn't have time to test it because we knew the lifeline of real estate and our agents is listings and property marketing and making sure that we're able to deliver on that. So there was no time to test the new program, and instead, within a matter of a few days to a week, we were able to get a process up and running, and it's not the best suited process or system currently. We are working on a new, a longer term option that will enable us to do a little bit more streamlining in the process in general. Communicating and so forth should be hopefully better in the near future. So that all said, I just want to put it out there for you and let you know that we are aware of some of the struggles, challenges that you're having, and not everybody's having them. In general, I'd say about 80 to 90% of the orders that come through are just fine, but there are those here and there that have issues, and we do our best to work through them. Okay, so let's just dive right into what Listing Rewards is all about and why it's a distinctive point of difference we at Coldwell Banker think you ought to use on every single one of your listings. Okay, so let's just kind of go through, and I'll can this become more of a slide presentation versus me scrolling through it? No? How about full screen? Can I go full screen, I wonder? Slideshow. I think I can do slideshow. Yeah, okay. There we go. Slideshow. So again, it's our distinctive point of difference. It's a $3.5 million investment that we have made to market your properties. I'm pretty certain that nobody in the marketplace has $3 million set aside to market their agents' listings specifically, and in many ways, basically set it up and do it for them with obviously your involvement to proof and make sure that everything looks fine. But nobody does what we're able to do. So, but at the end of the day, it really all starts with photography. And so what we did not long ago is we made the decision and the investment, if you will, to standardize our photography offer across the board. So at one time we had 6, 7 different photography vendors, all great vendors, all great photography outfits, providing very high quality photography. However, it was just that. It was all over the place. And so what we wanted to do was standardize the quality, standardize the offer, and make it simple for you to know that we have one preferred photography vendor, and they are, it's Rocket Media. So Rick Mackley, and we know they do a great job. Everybody loves Rick Mackley and his team. And his team is just that. They are full-time salaried employees, which enables him to have control of standardizing the photography. So many photography vendors in the marketplace, they're all subcontractors as far as the photographers go. So there's not a lot of control over what they do. They're independent contractors. They can, in essence, do what they want and shoot how they want, or what have you. So, so with that, being that they're full-time salaried employees, they have insurance. Their cars are insured. They have health insurance. I mean, they're the real deal, and they're employed by Rocket Media and Rick. So we're super excited about that aspect of it, and in enhancing the experience all the way around and the quality of the photography that's being handled by Rocket Media. And again, they are our preferred photography vendor when it comes to listing awards. We're also working on fine-tuning the final touches of the cars they drive are going to be wrapped, and it will state that these are exclusive photographers powered by Rocket Media as a part of the Coldwell Banker Listing Awards program. So it'll be super cool, branded. We'll be able to identify when it rolls up in front of the property that this is a unique opportunity that you have at Coldwell Banker, and that we service your clients with. We'll also provide you with marketing information that you can include in your presentations, as far as what the benefit is of having our very own photographers out shooting the property. So not to worry, we'll have all the talking points and photographs of the car and photographs of the branded apparel that they will be wearing and so forth. So it's a work in progress, but we're excited to let you know that those will be coming very soon as well. We have also increased the coverage area. So in many cases, formerly working with all the independent vendors, they didn't all service the various areas that we do business in. Okay, so one vendor may only go up to certain parts of northern Colorado, where the others only have pockets of the service area, without a delivery or a trip charge, right? So many of them, if they go outside their immediate area, there is a trip charge involved. And so we wanted to also further standardize that and complete the service area in all the markets that we work in. And thus, going with Rocket Media as our preferred vendor enabled us to do that, because he hired upwards of 10, I think he has 10 to 12 photographers now, spanning the Front Range, servicing your orders and your needs. So here on the map, as far north as Wellington, which is north of Fort Collins, as far west as Horsetooth Reservoir, west of Fort Collins, the foothills up in and around Horsetooth Reservoir, all the way south, Black Hawk, and all the way east as far as Hudson and Watkins, up to Idaho Springs, just through the Bailey area, Salida, down into Colorado Springs, and then, of course, south of the Springs into Fountain. So that is the complete service area from north to south that Rocket Media has offered, and not offered, but that's what they service our area. That's what they service your photography needs with, with no trip charges, which is amazing because as far as south as Fountain, there were trip charges once upon a time, and as far north outside of Fort Collins, there were trip charges there as well. So we've been able to secure this area, and we know this is the area that most of our listings are within. Now, if you want to go, or if you happen to have a listing up in Georgetown, or if you have a listing further up or out of our service area, then you have the ability to opt out, opt out of the photography, and we'll talk about that in a second. But basically what we do really well, and what we don't do at all, okay? So what we do really well, we do really well. What we don't do, we don't do at all, and that would include the service areas outside of these areas. So if you happen to have a listing outside these areas, we're not going to be able to deliver that photography through Rocket Media, and then you'll want to certainly opt out. So a couple things here. Rocket Media is proud to offer and deliver a 3-day business 3 business day shoot guarantee. So from the date you've placed your order, your listing rewards order, within a 3-day window, you should be able to schedule the appointment with Rocket Media and get that property photographed. Now, from the time that the photos have been shot, it will be up in our server, up on our site by 10 a.m., ready to market the following day. So that, for example, if the property happens to be shot on Friday, then by 10 a.m. on Saturday, those photos will be uploaded into our system so you can begin the property marketing process. And so if for some reason you don't want to use Rocket Media and you have your own photographer that you like, that's great. Hey, no harm, no foul. We don't take that personally by any means. But you do have the ability to opt out, and we'll give you an $80 credit at the time of checkout. And I'll show you what that looks like here shortly. So you can take the $80 and go use whatever vendor you want to use for your photography. Now, bear in mind, whatever photographer you choose to use, or if for some reason, heaven forbid, you choose to take your own photos, and please don't do that. You just don't want to do that. But we do actually have a few agents that like to use their iPhone. Not a good idea. But in the instance that you decide to go elsewhere, you'll need to make sure that the photography vendor that you choose to use gets the photos to us. So they need to get the photographs to our system in order for the property marketing to begin. Everybody clear on that? Again, if you use an outside third-party vendor, any one of the photography vendors that you choose, other than Rocket Media, if you go that route, which is fine, we just need to make sure that you and the photographer get those photos to us so we can begin the property marketing process. Without the photographs, we are not able to fulfill the the property marketing. So, and also as a part of our standardizing of the photography piece of it and going with Rocket Media, all packages on every single listing rewards package, they are going to be up to 35 HDR photos across the board. Again, that's another benefit. Some of the photography vendors offer sort of 35, kind of HDR, maybe a few HDR. So across the board, every listing will be up to 35 HDR photos when you use Rocket Media. Okay, and just so you know, it's a $185 expense on every single property package that you choose to use when you choose to use Rocket Media. We, the company, pay $185 towards that. And here's just a kind of a sampling of the different photography that Rocket Media does. Great quality HDR. You can see right through the photos. They have a super high res, double, triple exposure, allowing the outside imagery to come through. It looks outstanding all the way through. They do a great job of photographing property. Okay? All right, one thing I wanted to share with you is that we have 3 different consumer brochures that we highly recommend, not even a may, we highly recommend that you use in your delivery of the listing rewards property marketing. Okay, so what you do is we will personalize the brochure, the marketing piece, the consumer brochure. And in order to order these and have them personalized and professionally printed, you would do that through Color Productive. So on the screen here, ColdwellBankerMarketing.com is where you'll go to place your personal, professional consumer brochures, as you see here on the screen. We have one for the silver, gold, and platinum packages. Okay. So go to ColdwellBankerMarketing.com. You'll set up a quick little account, log in, and then you can personalize the piece. Because and the importance of that is if you don't personalize your own marketing piece and it's just the Coldwell Banker logo, then whose program is it? It looks like it's the Coldwell Banker program and not your personal marketing that you ultimately are going to deliver to your clients. Okay. So again, ColdwellBankerMarketing.com, or you can call Color Productive. When you go to ColdwellBankerMarketing.com, the phone number is there, and you can verbally talk with them on how to go about placing the order of the marketing brochures, the consumer brochures. Now, in the event that you had already ordered these brochures, and I think we've probably gotten through most everybody out there that had consumer brochures that they had previously ordered under the prior program and the offering. In the event that you ordered some of the brochures and you still have them in your inventory, we'll trade them out like for like for you. Okay, so just send me an email or let your manager know that you have the old consumer brochure that you had recently ordered and you still have a handful of those in inventory on your own. Let me know and we'll get those taken care of for you. Okay, here's a kind of a flow of what the various marketing pieces specific to the program. This is the inside panel, if you will, of what the listing rewards marketing elements look like and how to best deliver them. It came straight out of the offices and field that you wanted a new layout that allows you to better present the offerings, and so thus small thumbnails, a little bit of copy, best explains each one of the steps that makes it a distinctive point of difference when it comes to property marketing. So let's dive straight into the packages. We're going to go with, first of all, the silver package. Okay. And as included with the silver package, again, as mentioned prior, up to 35 HDR photos, okay? Up to 35 HDR photos. We also have a single property website or tour available. And currently, this is being delivered and fulfilled through Spotlight, okay? Spotlight Photography. Yes, Spotlight Photography is outside of the preferred photographer vendor list, if you will. In other words, it's not Rocket Media that would provide this. They will get the photos to Spotlight. Spotlight then generates the property, single property website. Okay, so no confusion there. It is definitely Spotlight that is processing these for us and creating your single property website. And it will have a unique vanity URL. Okay, so it will be 123 Main Street dot cbrbhome.com. Okay, and what's great about this, aside from who's creating it and producing it, even though I made sure here clarity, yes, Spotlight is doing it, as I said, but what's the best part of this whole deal is that it's a single property website for you to use in your marketing, and it sets you apart again from the competition. But most of all, take that URL that we're going to provide you for that single property website and use it in your social media. Okay, so when you get that in the email that comes from the Listing Rewards team, go ahead and copy paste that into your Facebook, into your Twitter, into whatever means of social media that you want. But also, furthermore, make sure you take that URL and put it in your email signature line, because think about how many hundreds and thousands of emails you send to various potential clients that are going to be receiving it. So what I recommend you do there is in your signature line of your email, start listing all your available properties and using these links. And then, since these don't go away ever, have a separate list of sold listings. Here are listings I've sold recently, and put the links in there. Okay, so have it go twofold in the sense of allow yourself to market existing properties, but also demonstrate and use the fact that this URL doesn't go away, doesn't die, doesn't it's basically there for not ever, but for a long time. Take full advantage of it and recycle those URLs into your signature line under a sold category in your email signature line. Okay, so that is the single property website that is a part of the Silver package. We also produce a TV spot that airs Sunday mornings on Channel 2 at 9 a.m. Okay, so we'll create a TV spot, and in the Silver package, as you see here on the screen, it's a 20-second spot. Okay, a 20-second video spot that airs once, and you'll be notified the air date, so the date that it's going to appear on the TV show. You'll be made aware of that, and then from there, the same TV spot commercial that airs on Channel 2, 9 a.m. Sunday morning, will also be a YouTube video. So we create a YouTube video that ends up on our Coldwell Banker Colorado YouTube channel, as well as our national Coldwell Banker YouTube channel. Okay, so we go viral with that. But furthermore, take that YouTube video that you get in the email communication from the Listing Rewards team and go social with that. So take the video, link, put it on your Facebook, your Twitter, social media accounts, send it to your client so they can post it as well. You may also want to consider putting this in your signature line as well. Okay, and then the video can also be in the signature or single property website as well. So there's a myriad of different ways to go viral and further create the distinctive point of difference when it comes to marketing your listings. Okay, again, it's all about creating a wow factor. We want to help you demonstrate how you market your listings, and it's not about this listing in particular. Okay, it's really about the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 multiple listings that you're going to get from years on out. All right, this is how you market your listings, and this is what we're able to deliver here at Coldwell Banker. Okay, all right, so the mobile brochure, another distinctive point of difference that we offer, where you'll get a sign writer, okay, with a code that the property is given a property code, okay, and the consumer drives up in front of the home. There's an 800 number rider on the house with the property ID code that your listing has been assigned. Okay, that's the word I was looking for earlier, assigned. And from there, it's another way to capture information and deliver the information that your clients or buyers today are looking for. Okay, but ultimately, it's again the distinctive point of difference of it's just another way or reason that we're able to outmarket the competition hands down. So what I want you to do, okay, I want you to take out your mobile device or write this down. So what you're going to do is open a text. Are there people here following me? Awesome. So what you're gonna want to do, sorry, I had to say it. What you're gonna do is take out your mobile device, right, and open up a text. So you're gonna start a text, and what I want you to do is I want you to do this on every single listing, because what we've created for you is a dummy or a demo mobile brochure that you're going to be able to send right to your phone, or you can do this as an example with your client sitting at the kitchen table of here's how it's going to look and this is what you do. So open the text, and in the text field, okay, so the field that you're going to write a text message, type in that number on the screen, 73940. Okay, 73940 is going to be the message. Okay, so that's the message that we're creating. Okay, and then where it says enter message, you're going to type in 73940, and then in the to field, okay, so where your recipient, to enter right on my phone, Droid, it says enter recipient. You're going to type in 35620. So that is the number that we're going to text to. Okay, 35620. The text message itself is 73940. Hit send, and then within a matter of seconds, moments, you'll be getting a text to your mobile device, or your potential seller sitting at the kitchen table will be able to demonstrate this themselves. But what's really cool, and where the magic really happens, is at the same time as the agent, the listing agent, when this thing goes live, you receive a notification from the system that somebody's interested in your actual property, okay? And that's where the magic happens. So whether they have entered the code at the property sign, or they happen to have the text method and they've sent the text about your property, either way, you're going to be notified as the listing agent that somebody's interested in your listing at 123 Main Street. Okay, that is your cue to pick up the phone within a reasonable amount of time. I don't know that I would do it immediately, because you don't want to be too big brother about it, where you're stalking people the moment that they have submitted the information and want more information. But give it a little time and ask them if they've received the information, if the photos were okay, and then that's your cue to see if they would like to see the interior of the home or set up a showing. Okay, so that's how the mobile brochure piece of this works as a part of the silver package. We also have the e-flyer, which is kind of in limbo land at the moment, because our former process kind of went south. This was one of the pieces that, from a flow production standpoint, got put on the back burner. We are aggressively, feverishly, diligently working on a fix to bring back the e-flyer, where it would be a part of the auto process, where it just automatically happens on a case-by-case basis. And probably kill me if I say this, but on a case-by-case basis, Tina can manually create a e-flyer, but we are working quickly to hopefully get those, not even hopefully, to get that back into the more standardized auto process as far as it's concerned. With are three different options, layout options for you to consider. There's the 8x8 4-pager, 8.5, 11 two-sided, and then of course the nice 11 by 17 4-pager. With the silver package, you get 50 of any one of these layouts that you choose. Okay, so it's 50 in total. not to confuse things, but just clarity. You can't do 25 of one layout and 25 of a different layout, and combined it's either 50 of all of one in particular that you would choose. And the nice thing is it's all put together for you. You get a proof through Express Docs and the email communication that comes from the Listing Rewards team for you to go and make further edits or adjustments as you like. And then once you hit submit, it will go out and it should arrive within 48 to 72 hours is what we include in our shipping package as a part of Listing Rewards. For $12 extra, if you wanted to have it overnighted, you could get it next day, as long as it's submitted before or by 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay. All right, so 50 brochures, depending on which template or layout that you would like. We also offer and provided as a part of the silver package just listed announcement cards. You get 50 of those. These are the massive, oversized 5.5 by 11 super jumbo size postcards, and they're very sharp and impactful. And we know direct mail just works. We know it's at one point it was a kind of a dying offer, direct mail, but it's back with a vengeance, and it's something that yes, it's expensive, but it's something we know that just works, and it's a distinctive point of difference. And then in addition to the announcement card, we are providing with the silver package 50 sold. So you get the 50 just sold postcards that we will mail to the radius surrounding the property. And Express Docs pulls that list through their geo-targeting software that they have. And if you choose to, you can also ask for a request. And I think in the system you can actually get a copy of the list that it went to. So it'll go to the 50 homes, addresses surrounding that listing. Okay, so I'll go to the 50 listings surrounding that property. Okay, that you took. All right, so that's how the just listed works and just sold. That's included in silver. We talked about the enhanced photography, and now the one thing I want to share with you is a very unique, distinctive point of difference when it comes to print, and that is advertising in 5280 magazine. Whether it's 5280 magazine, the main magazine, or 5280 home, with the silver package, we will run a 1/12 of a page ad automatically for you, and you can see here on the screen what that looks like. Now, if you're in Southern Colorado, in Colorado Springs or Pueblo, or you're in Northern Colorado and you're in Fort Collins or Loveland, you have the option to go with the local publication that we have set up. And in Fort Collins and Northern Colorado, it's Style Magazine. It's Lydia Style Magazine. And then in Colorado Springs, you have the option to go into the Colorado Springs Style Magazine. And in the ordering process, you just need to let us know should you choose to opt out of 5280 magazine and you'd like to go with one of the other publications. Now bear in mind though, bear in mind that the deadlines and the frequency of those two publications in those marketplaces are very different than the 12 times a year that we're in 5280 magazine. So just be aware of that, okay? So that could prolong when the print ad in either of those would appear, okay? But we wanted to be cognizant of your local marketplace and offer that to you, all right? So that's the print ad. Now, so to put all this together, if you were to go out on your own, or if you were an agent with another real estate company, and you were to put all these elements together and have somebody do it for you, in fact, in many ways, that doesn't even include the do it for you piece of it. If you were to go out and do it on your own, or your seller were to go out and try to replicate all this information and all these marketing elements on their own, it would have a market impact of $1,100. Okay, $1,100 to put all that together for the silver package, and the agent cost is $275 for a silver package. Okay, that includes all the photography and everything. Pretty amazing. So let's look at the gold package, okay? And we're going to kind of cruise through this. Everything we talked about in silver relative to the photography, 35 HDRs, you get your single property website. Yes, again, it's part of Spotlight. No confusion there, but that's who's doing it for us. You do get a 30-second TV commercial, okay? Silver 20, and then the gold is a 30-second TV spot. Which then we take and we'll create the YouTube video as well. Okay, the e-flyer I mentioned is in the works and will be available through New Panda, and then of course the mobile brochure. Okay, and we did the demo of that. So the brochure types are for gold is again the same layouts, the same quantities, and so forth for the three different options. Okay. At one point, we had 100 copies of the 8x8, and you told us that 100 copies was too many, and you wanted more options. So we lowered the number of quantities, but increased the number of options for you to choose from. Okay, so that's how that works. Very similar to the silver package in that regard. Now, this is where the magic happens in the gold package. Okay, so what we offer here is you get 100 of the trifold announcement cards. So this property brochure is a trifold that folds up and is inserted and stamped, physically stamped in a gold envelope. Okay. What's beautiful about the gold envelope is what? When you get it in the mailbox, what probably does it look like? It looks like an invitation to something, whether it's a wedding or a party, and everybody loves to go to weddings and parties. And we know, hands down, time and time again, we have tremendous amount of testimonials from agents saying that they actually got listings right off of the gold envelope. So we'll send out for you to the 100 homes surrounding the listing, and your seller will get a copy of it, and you get a copy of it as well. Okay, the gold envelopes. With the stamp, and it basically looks like an invitation. In addition to the gold envelope trifold announcement card that we'll send out for you to the 100 homes surrounding the listing, we will also send out 100 sold cards to the same 100 addresses surrounding the listing. Okay, so instead of the 50 that we talked about in the silver package, you now get 100 surrounding the that listing once the property is sold. And then instead of the 50 jumbo postcards that we talked about in silver, you now get 100 of the gold envelopes that we know are sure to get open. Okay, so that's the difference on that when it comes to direct mail. In addition, in the gold package, we will post for you your listing on our social media websites. So on the company Facebook page, we will also send it out in the weekly announcement. It will go once in the weekly announcement that comes out on Friday, which is basically called the weekly update. Okay, so that we'll send it out to a list of 8,000 brokers, co-oping brokers. And that is the weekly update that goes out on Friday. We'll include it in the e-blast, and then we'll also feature it on our blog, your listing on the blog as well. Okay, so it goes on social media, it goes on the blog, and it gets e-blasted out to 8,000 co-oping brokers along the Front Range. Okay, we talked about the enhanced photography with the up to 35. You can opt out should you want to, and that gets you the $80 credit. And then in 5280 magazine, we will do a 1/6 of a page. Okay, a 1/6 of a page with your personal agent photo. Okay, and that's the difference here with the gold package, is it includes your agent photo, whereas the silver 1/12 of a page obviously didn't. So now same holds true with Fort Collins and Colorado Springs. we'll do an ad in either of those publications should you choose to opt out of 5280 magazine, okay? Not in both of them. It's going to be, if you choose to go into your local publication, it does not go into 5280 magazine. And just a little sidebar, the demographics and the circulation of 5280, not to oversell them, but it is tremendous, and it is exactly where you want to be, regardless of your local marketplace. But at the same time, we're being sensitive and cognizant of your local market and how that all works. So you have that option. And then for Previews members only, so Previews certified agents that are a part of the Previews members only club program, you have the option of opting out of 5280 magazine, okay, for the gold package, and going with CH&L if you choose to, with 1/6 of a page. And you'll notify us on that in the event that you choose to opt out. If you're a PMO agent, you can opt out and go into CH&L, and Jill Crotto will work with you directly on how that all comes together specific to CH&L, Colorado Homes and Lifestyle Magazine. Okay, no additional cost, and it won't be in 5280 magazine as well as CH&L, just so we're all clear. If you choose to advertise your listing in CH&L and you're a PMO agent, it will not appear in 5280. You're opting out of that and going into CH&L, and Jill Crotto can help you with that. Okay, all right. The market impact, if you were to go out on your own, or your seller were to do this, or you're not with Coldwell Banker, and you were trying to replicate all this, it would have a market impact of almost $2,000 to put all this together. And of course, your agent cost is $400, which is a screaming good deal. If you do the math, the gold envelopes alone at $2.75 a piece times 100, what's the math on that? Quick math, $275. Costs $275 that we pay just for the gold envelopes, and that doesn't include the $185 that we are paying for the photography. So you run the math. If you do those two things, it's a screaming good deal for the $400. So we've also now provided a for those that have the big listings. Whether it's the multi-million-dollar listing, or in some cases we have agents right now that are running it through the platinum package on every listing because that's what they want to do. That's how they market themselves. We've now opted for a platinum package, and platinum includes everything we just talked about for gold. All right, so everything we just talked about for gold, plus these additional items when you want to go big with a big listing and make an even greater impact or distinctive point of difference when you're marketing yourself and marketing your listings and creating that wow experience that we've been talking about all along. So as a part of the platinum package, okay, which is an upgrade on top of what the gold includes, you can choose from just one of the following. So you can either have a twilight photo shoot, an aerial photo shoot, or you can do a 2 to 3 minute high definition video tour that includes the narration, or you could do a 1,200 square foot Matterport scan, or we'll give you a $150 credit towards a larger scan. So you can select from one of these one of these four items as a part of the platinum package. It's not all of these, but one of these. So if you want to go for the twilight photo because you want to have your brochures look killer, you would certainly select the twilight photo. And in doing so, you'll schedule this and set it all up separately with Rockin' Media. Okay, so these are all offered through Rockin' Media. These four bulleted items are all handled through Rockin' Media as a part of the platinum package. And when the platinum order comes through, we will be Rockin' Media will be notified. But you'll also want to make sure that when you're setting up your appointment, that you're setting up the appointment for the other item that you've selected here. Okay, see how that works? And then as far as the 5280 magazine ad, instead of a 1/12 of a page or a 1/6 of a page, we'll go big with a half page, which really takes it to the next level in 5280 magazine. This half page ad is not available in the local publications, however. So Style Magazine up north or in the south, the half page ad is not a part of the offer. However, the half-page ad is available for PMO agents if they want to opt out of 5280 and do the half-page ad in CH&L instead. You can go that route as well, and Jill will work with you directly on that also. So, wow, the market impact to put all this together, half-page ad, the additional photography, and everything included in gold, is $4,000 if you were to try to go out and replicate this, or the seller were to do so, or the competition even began to dream of putting something like this together. It would be $4,000. And the cost to the agent, you, is $840, which again is a screaming good deal. So, so those are the three primary packages that we highly, highly recommend you consider using on every single listing. In fact, most agents are using the gold package. In fact, I think 65% of the orders coming through are all going gold, and it's just a indication of what our agents are saying or telling us, that this is how they market their listings. They market their listings using gold across the board, and as an expert, as a real estate professional, that's up to you to decide. But for those of you that are wondering, well, wait a minute, what about the bronze package? We still have bronze in the limited offering, the 5 items, including now the upgraded photography with the 35 HDR photos, and the 5 other bulleted items that bronze offers, is available. The cost is $175 for you. Okay, $175 for you as an agent to order the bronze. The market impact is $329. But do know that when you go bronze, should you choose to go to bronze, it's limited in the availability or the offerings. So there's 5 bulleted pieces that are available. But where the really game changer is that you're basically doing and handling all the setup yourself. Okay, so there is no assistance of putting all the pieces together like in the silver, gold, and platinum, but instead you're putting the brochures together and so on. Okay, so it's all on your own, and there is no TV, there's no video, and so forth. So just a little mention there. So let me. How are we doing on time? Are we done? Or we got to keep going? I'm going. Okay, so let's. I just want to quickly take you to where you will place your orders. In the event that you don't know already, but let me just kind of share with you where it all starts. So you will go to cblistingrewards.com. Okay, cblistingrewards.com is where all the magic begins when it comes time to order your listing. Okay, so what I want you to do is you'll click on order listing, and then I'm not going to go through the actual steps step by step. But if you're going to use Rocket Media, you'll click on the left side here, okay, and you'll check to make sure that it's in the service area that Rocket Media has to offer. If it doesn't land in the service area, as I said earlier, what we do really well. What we don't do, we don't offer at all. So you'll want to take the $80 credit and go and use and work with a different vendor that will service that outlying area, and in most cases they'll have a service or trip charge perhaps, but if nothing else you get the $80 credit. Now if you want, so then from here you'll select this, which then, something's going on with the I think the Mac deal. No, actually all good here. So it just went into a different field and I didn't see what happened. So you can select the different packages. Okay, you select on gold. You'll go through and click on register. Here are all the things that we talked about that are included in gold. Click on register. Okay, and then you'll go through the various steps and process as far as the payment goes. Okay, Now here's something that is super important. Once you've placed the order and you're using Rockin' Media, you'll want to, at the very end, it'll give you a field or a window to schedule the appointment. Okay, so you need to schedule the appointment with Rockin' Media directly. You do that online, and based on his availability, it's super slick, super smooth, and it works beautifully. The other thing is, depending on which package you went with, so go ahead and complete the process, schedule the photography, and then the other item that you're going to need to do, okay, is you need to provide us the marketing information, so the actual listing information, okay? And at the very end of the order process, once you get the order confirmation screen at the end of checking out for the order, it will tell you that you need to A, schedule the appointment, and B, for the photography, and then B, we need copy from you, okay, to begin the process. And that's where you would click here. You go through the few steps that are involved with that, but it's super important that we get copy. And some agents choose to just type in, we'll provide copy later, which is fine. I know you're in a hurry, you're just getting the order done. But also know that everything hinges on photography, and everything hinges on the copy that we need to begin the process to start marketing your listing, okay? So there are times, and I'm just putting it out there, we need those two things. We need the photography, because without photographs, we can't do anything. And if you're in a hurry and all of a sudden, you're wondering, well, why hasn't my marketing begun? Why haven't I gotten proofs? It's because in some cases we haven't gotten the copy from you. And if you haven't provided us with, somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 characters of copy, then we have nothing to go off of, okay? And in some cases, we go in and look at the order, and it says we'll provide copy later, even though you were in a hurry and it was 2 in the morning, and life gets busy and fast and everything else. We still need copy. So then it's always best, I guess where I'm going with this whole deal is, it's always best to give us the information and get the copy all put together when you're placing the order. Because the last thing you want to do is have a week go by and you're like, where's my listing? How come the order hasn't been completed and all that? And we realize and see that you have photographs in the system. Excuse me a minute. But if we don't have the copy, then we have nothing to go off of. So just be cognizant of that. Okay, so that's where all this takes place right here. I've been doing a lot of talking here. Okay, so that's CB Listing Rewards. In the event that you use a different photographer, your own photography, this is where you upload the photos. Right here, upload photos. And then this is where you can do the print and goes on the fly. So, I'm going to wrap it up because my voice is telling me that I am done, being that I've been talking for the last 2 hours back to back with classes. So, that aside, that is Listing Rewards in a nutshell, and it is a remarkable, distinctive point of difference, and we highly recommend that you take full advantage of it. If you have questions, let us know. You can also reach out to the customer service desk at CB Listing Rewards, and with that, there you have it. So if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, have a wonderful day.